Hey, what's going on, maniacs? You know who it is. Madman here. Alright, now we're back in the saddle again. And what are we on about tonight? The 5,000 subscription mark. That's right. We finally got to 5,000 subscribers. And I want to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed and supported Cryptic Art, supported this channel, that dig it, that want to see it continue on. Thank you very much. Much appreciation from the Madman. And to answer the big question, yes, there is going to be a 5,000 subscriber live stream. I know! Hooray! Fucking A. Alright, calm down. Settle down. So, the details of that live stream, I will be doing it Saturday, this Saturday, February 24th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I know what you're asking, but Madman, I live in another country, or I don't live in the U.S., I don't live in that time zone. No problem, Madman's got you covered as always. Go on Google, find a time conversion calculator, punch in your time zone, punch in the Eastern Standard Time zone, and it will calculate for you what time the live stream will be for you. You dig? Also, I will be posting it on my Facebook fan page, so if you don't follow that, link is in the description below. Go give it a click, follow it. I will be letting you know when I'm going live. Also, I have more designs up on my Teespring. I know! Shocking. Here they are. Ooh, hubba, hubba, hubba. I like these. I do. I actually worked really fucking hard on these, by the way. And I got a shit ton more of these in the queue. So go on over to the Teespring. Check out some of these designs. These are some of my newest ones. I just launched these a few nights ago, I think. I haven't advertised them yet, but I will be doing that. I'll be putting them on the social media stuff, so like Facebook fan page, Instagram. You can find that stuff there as well. Also, I will have the links in the description below, so go give them a click, check them out, support the channel, and all that wonderful, cool, YouTube-y shit. I don't know. And I'm now going to leave you guys with a story from my high school days. Now, this is not so much a greaser story. This is a rebellion story. An act of rebellion started by the Madman, and I actually won. Okay, so moving on with the story. I'm going to give you guys some context about this story, a little bit of build-up, a little information, so it makes a little more sense. When I was in 9th grade, I was very interested in computers and computer science and the building of computers, software to hardware to networks. And at that time, this is the early to mid 2000s, so this would be like, what, 2003, I would think. Yeah, like 2003. And, you know, tech stuff was not as big as it is now. There was not as many people into it. And, you know, a lot of schools, though had computer courses, did not have an AOIT course like the school that I went to did. So, the Madman joined AOIT in 9th grade in like the first couple of months I was in school. Yes, by the way, this is my official AOIT polo shirt from high school. Yours truly was into tech shit even as a greaser in high school. So anyway, getting on with this. It was a 4-year program, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Each year was going to cover a certain topic of computers. Like 1 year was like the introduction, so that was, you know, the first year I was in. The second would be hardware and building of computers. The third year would be networking and how to put together networks and how to create servers and shit like that. And then the fourth year, I'm trying to remember what the fourth year was supposed to be. The fourth year was supposed to combine all the things that we learned and bring it all together. And we were also promised in our fourth year to get hookups to big companies and industries that needed tech people and to get in touch with them for jobs and things like that. You know, I'm thinking, hey, that's really cool. You know, this is shit that no one else is doing, really. And I have a love for computers, and I know a lot about them. At least I did at that time. So I was very, very interested in this. I joined up with this program, and soon, very quickly, rose through the ranks. My best buddy at the time was in this program, and, you know, he was one of the top guys. I hung out with him a lot, and I became a top guy rather quickly. I mean, to the point where the AOIT program was actually getting free work out of us because when a teacher's computer would break down, they would call my teacher and say, hey, can you send out a couple of your guys to come fix it? So whether it was some kind of a problem where it wasn't hooking up to the school's network, or the computer wouldn't boot up, or it had a part that was bad, or whatever it was, we would go there, check out the computer, run the tests, and figure out what was wrong with it and how to fix it. Hey, it wasn't it wasn't a bad deal for me. It got me the fuck out of class, and I got to go do important shit. Also, anytime there was any kind of projects that needed to be done, I was called, along with a couple of my buddies that were at the top of the class. So when they had the first school website, yeah, the pictures that were taken on campus, yeah, me and my buddy spent about 2 hours running around the campus with a high-def camera, snapping pictures of the football field, the quad area, the offices, the library, the theater room, everything. We snapped as many pictures as we could, and we were told, take your time. Don't rush it, get good pictures. Okay, this means we get to get out of class and run around with a camera and do what we want to do and take all kinds of pictures and go to the vending machines and get snacks and sodas and chips and candy and hang out. Yeah, sounds like a good deal to me. So the Madman was having fun. I was having a blast. And I was learning all kinds of really cool shit. Also, at the end of the year, we were the one that basically completely dismantled the computer lab for the summer classes, for summer school. Put everything away, locked everything up. And then a few weeks before school started back up, we would go in and reassemble everything, hook all this stuff in, and this took hours. Each computer had to be unhooked from each other, had to run cords, pull cords through these little boxes that were screwed under the table, and I'm ranting, I'm getting off topic. But anyway, you get the gist, right? Towards the end of my 9th grade year, there was a list floating around, and our teacher had told us, some of you that sign up on this list, if you're good enough, we're going to get you summer jobs that actually pay. I heard this and I'm like, shit, I could actually make money doing this, doing the stuff that I've been doing and getting no pay for. I can literally make money doing this. Okay, tell me more. So it goes like this. Apparently, because there was a shortage of tech guys for the school district, they wanted to get a hold of some of the tech students, and since the AOIT was a prestigious program at that time, and we were the only school in Long Beach that had it, they came to us. And they said, hey, we'd be interested in hiring some of your students to do tech work around the city for us, and actually pay them. And we're not talking like a few bucks. We're talking like $800, $900, $800, $900, $1,000, somewhere in that range, we would have made over the summer doing these jobs. So, of course, I jotted my name down. Yes, please, check me out. Look, I do a lot of great stuff here. And, of course, I got accepted along with quite a few others that were very, very good in that class and did a lot of stuff. So I'm excited. I'm thinking, hey, now I can buy that leather jacket I've been wanting. I can get a new pair of boots. I can get clothes. I can put some money away. I had all these ideas things I was going to do with this money, right? Because I was poor. I didn't really have a lot of money. I was really excited that I had a chance to do this. Now, of course, we had to type up a resume, and since none of us really had any real hardcore work experience by this time, it was like, clubs that you were involved in, things that you did, accomplishments. So I got the template, and I remember going on like Microsoft Word and typing up this resume all night long, and I was working on my thing and typed this thing up, and it looked so nice, and I printed it out the best quality that I could. And we were told, okay, when summer break hits, 2 weeks after, this is the day you come dressed up. Oh, by the way, part of the requirement for the AOIT program was every Tuesday we had to dress in shirt, tie, slacks, nice shoes, business attire. It was teaching us to get used to the corporate world. So, of course, I came dressed up like everybody else, shirt, tie, pants, the whole bit. I got my resume in hand, and we were supposed to meet representatives from the school district, along with my teacher and a few others that were in this program. So me and about 10 to 15 other guys were stood around and we're all excited. We're like, man, we can't wait. We're going to make money. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Hey, what are you going to use your money for? Man, I'm going to save up. I think I'm going to take like a little vacation. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So everybody was excited. They were going to do stuff with their money. We all wanted to have a good time. Here's where it starts to get interesting. We've been waiting all morning. Nothing. Our teacher isn't even at school yet. And we're like, hey, did we get the wrong time, the wrong date? No, man, it's right here on the paper. Look, this is the time we're supposed to be here. This is the date we're supposed to be here. We're here. Where's everybody else? So we're not able to get any information. We're all standing around looking like a bunch of idiots. And then the 10th grade the 10th grade AOIT teacher, who became my teacher in 10th grade, and then my electronics teacher in the next year after that, he comes in. And he's like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Come on in, sit down, and we'll figure this out. So he starts making some phone calls. He's calling my teacher. Where are you? What's going on? You've got all your students, that signed up for this program here, and they're wondering what the hell's going on. He finally gets to school. We talked to him. He's like, oh, don't worry. Everything's being handled. There's a few delays, but everything's going to be fine. I'm taking care of things. The representatives will be here soon. Everything's on track. Got nothing to worry about. You just be patient. Please be patient. Okay. We'll be patient. We know that it's going to benefit us in the long run, right? I like that joke. But moving forward. So now we're getting into the afternoon. Now you figure we've been out there since probably 8 in the morning. It's now becoming about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now we're all starting to get very rambunctious. And I'm getting pissed off. I'm getting heated. I'm like, come on, this is bullshit. We've been waiting all damn day now. Nothing's happening. How long does it take to get some fucking people out here that know what the fuck they're doing? Sure enough. Finally some people show up. Shirt, ties, suit jackets. Ooh, official people. These must be with the school district. Wrong again. They were from a group called Job Corps. I'm not sure how many states in this country have Job Corps. We had it out in California and Long Beach. We'd heard about it. It was for, older kids that were transitioning into jobs. They helped them get jobs and all that sort of crap. So there's my teacher, my 10th grade teacher. Now, my 10th grade teacher was cool through this whole thing. He had no idea what the hell was happening. He was as clueless as we were and feeding us the information of what he was being told. So he's kind of shocked to see Job Corps come in too. So here comes Job Corps officials with my 9th grade teacher. And they set up this presentation. They start showing us all this, benefits to Job Corps and this, that, and the other, and how they're going to try to hook us up. And he's like, well, some of you are a little bit too young, but I think we can work around that. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, okay, what the hell is Job Corps? We're not supposed to be meeting with Job Corps people. We're supposed to be meeting with school district officials that are going to be hiring us in and telling us where we need to go and, what we were told. Anyway. So the Job Corps guys, and by this time, it's probably like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon when we finally get to find out what the hell's going on. So I start seeing the handwriting on the wall. Something ain't right here. There's bullshit. There's something afloat that ain't right, and it doesn't pass a smell test. So I'm sat there, and I'm kind of just like, right, okay. And I'm starting to see this whole thing now. This is all bullshit. We literally spent all day, got hyped up, promises were made, and they're not going to be kept. Because there was no mention of us even getting paid. Interesting. So they start handing out these applications. Go ahead, fill out your information, and we'll see what we can do for you. And because you guys have waited so long and been so awesome, we've just called Papa John's and we've ordered, about 3 large pizzas just for you guys. And I remember sitting there thinking, going, you motherfuckers. You dirty, rotten, stinking... And I was boiling at this point. I took that application. I didn't fill shit out. I said, you know what? This is bullshit. I remember even whispering to a couple of guys, like, this is some bullshit. We're getting fucked in the ass here. This is not right. I'm not doing it. Fuck this. And they weren't really sure which way to go. They're like, well, we might get jobs. I'm like, you ain't getting nothing. Job Corps ain't getting you shit. This is what we were promised. It's like, you guys stay, feel like I'm the fuck out of here. I get up, and now you got to figure my teacher and the Job Corps guys are by the back door where you come in. There's a trash can right by this door. I walk by, I look at them, I rip this paper, throw it in the garbage can. I ripped up my resume, threw it in the garbage can, and they said, well, are you sure you want to do this? Hey, the pizza's on its way. I mean, everything's fine. You guys are all going to get taken care of. No, thank you. Have a nice day. And I walked out. And as far as I was concerned, I was the only one that walked out. I didn't know if anybody was going to follow me, nor did I care. At this point, it's now like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I got to catch the bus to go back to Northtown. And I'm tired. And I'm fucking hungry. And I'm angry. And as I get to about the quad area, I look behind me, and I'll be damned if not everybody else followed. I saw a line of people, and they were all walking and chatting, and this is bullshit, man. Fuck these assholes. And they all followed. And I turned around, I was like, hey, what are you guys doing? Aren't you staying? They're like, no, man, you're right. This is stupid. This fucking shit sucks. We ain't staying. Fuck them. This isn't what we were promised. They all ripped their shit up and followed suit. I was stunned. I felt great. I was like, oh man, we could actually make some change with this. We're fucking united. We could actually now do something with this and get some justice. Again, not so much. But moving forward, we had been conned out of what we were promised. We all went about our summers. We came back, we were all still in the program next year, and now we're in our 10th grade classroom with the teacher from the summer. Now, he knew what I went through and everybody else went through, so he was really cool with me, and he always liked me, and he was a great teacher, and he's actually a very good friend of mine to this day. So anyway, at this point, I'm like, this programming isn't what it seems. There's a lot of things, and you got to figure, this is one of the events that kind of is straw that broke the camel's back, because there were things that were leading up to this that I didn't really need to get into in this video. But there were things that were leading up to this rebellion. Things that were promised that weren't coming, to us. So anyway, at this point, we all go as a group. And we complain. We go to the principal and say, hey, this is what happened. We were promised, our names were on the list, we all showed up. I'm sure you might have heard something about it. If you hadn't, well, we're all here to testify and say, yeah, this is what's going down. And she was, oh, thank you very much. We'll look into this. We'll take care of everything. We'll let you know. Yeah. Right. That sure did a lot of fucking good. Nothing came of it. So at that point, I was done. I was like, fuck this. I started refusing to dress up when I was supposed to. I was showing every sign of rebellion that I could, disregarding what I was being told, and on the ass end, I was always chatting with people saying, this is bullshit, we were promised, we had this brand new SUV we were supposed to trick out and modify to put in parades and really bring attention to our program. Yeah, that never got done. That fucking SUV rotted in the parking garage, where they do auto mechanics, until the company that actually donated it came and took it back because the shit did nothing and it just rotted and they just used it for their own personal use. Yeah. All this money was donated by these big companies that we didn't see any of it. The fucking program, we didn't get any of it. Our teacher, my 9th grade teacher, who was the head of this program, took it all for himself. Where were the field trips that we were supposed to go on? We didn't have any of those. The only field trip that I ever went on was with my 10th grade teacher, the field trip to Pioneer that he took his electronics class to. That was his field trip. And our teacher's trying to say, see, that's part of our program's field trip. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. All these things we were promised were not happening. None of them. So we were done. And, I started talking sense to a lot of these guys that were in it, saying, hey, we were promised this ain't happening, this isn't happening, we've been lied to here, he's lied to us about this, that money, that ain't even there, he took that, because we know. And they're like, yeah, man, this is bullshit. Like, we were promised all this stuff. Like, every promise that's been made has been broken with no explanation or a bullshit fucking story, and then nothing follows up with it. So we were done. We were pissed. And we started telling all these newer guys that were coming in, we spread the word, hey, this program is a gyp, it's full of shit, they will fuck you over, and they're not going to take care of you. So now recruitment for this program went from this to this. Nobody was signing up for it. Nobody wanted to get involved. The word got out. And every year, we spread the word more and more and more. This program is dead. This program is a gyp. 11th grade comes around. I'm out of the program by this time. And there was a major key event that got me kicked out of the program in 10th grade. And I'm going to leave that for another story, and you guys are going to love that one. I promise. By 11th grade, the program had less than 5 people in it that were still active. By my 12th grade year, 1 person was still left, and it was my best friend that ended up getting me into this program. He stayed, and I think he was the only one that got a little something out of it, because it was just him. Everybody else left. Everybody turned their back. And I'm not going to say that I'm the one who was the most influential in stopping it, but I sure spearheaded the event, or the leading, the events that led up to it. I was a power of example, and would thumb my nose and rebel and disregard what they were telling me at the drop of a hat. And I showed open rebellion to them. And when they made threats against me that they were going to do this or going to do that, I did this. Literally. They didn't know what to do with me. They didn't know how to control me, because they couldn't, because I didn't give a shit. And sadly, this is what led. Now, I'd always been rebellious ever since I was a kid, but this is what led to my ultimate rebellion, where I gave up on school. I gave up on the system. I gave up on, the people that were supposed to be there to help me, to teach me. I gave up on all of that. And this was the leading factor on why. How we were promised over and over and over. The school officials, everybody said they were going to do something, and nobody did anything. I chose to give up. And I rebelled very hard. And any chance that I got to make the bad decisions and make the wrong choices, I did it. At that point, I didn't give a shit about school. Let all my grades slip, didn't fucking care. To me, F stood for fantastic, and that's basically what was on my report card every semester. Fs. I'm not condoning that anybody just give up on school or follow in my path. That was my choice. I did that, and I paid the consequences for it. That was my act of rebellion. That was my life. It's what I did. This is just to tell you guys about what I did, some of the choices that I made, and what led to those choices, and what it was like during that time period for me. So hopefully you enjoyed my story of my act of rebellion and how I actually won. I will see you guys at the live stream, and I hope you enjoyed this one. And if you don't know, get a clue, get a brew, get a rock and roll tattoo. Hang loose and be safe. Madman is out. See y'all at the live stream. Be there or be square.